Hello and welcome, my name's Rebecca and today we're going to be adding to my daughter's Lego City. So I have a few sets here and I've just printed on sticker paper a background that I found on the internet for Lego Friends for, is it Heart Lake City? I'm not really up on everything. Lost a little bin lid down here. So my daughter's just been playing with it, so this is what it looks like after she's been playing with it. There's a little bin lid with all the little poops in there. So we've got the doggy daycare, the doggy park, that's the playground there. And I'm going to be, that's part of the park. It's really cute. I'm going to be talking to you about how I glue the set together while I'm making it so that she can actually play with it. Even I've had trouble actually playing with it because the parts just break apart too easily. So I've glued together certain bits that were easily snapping apart while we were playing so that we can actually use the set. When I originally started buying these sets, I thought that my daughter would be interested in building them, but she is not at all. So I build them, which I enjoy, and then she can play with them. And I've just bought this cabinet so that we can set the whole little city up. That's the little sister and the pony that goes with the pony wash set. So we've got 3 layers. These are a couple of off-brand little shops that I bought from a cheap shop. And this little mobile hair salon. These are the $10 sets that are really good. In the back is a $10 set, which is the cat salon, and it comes with a car. And then we've got the fueling station set that comes with this car that I'm just putting the pink top on. So I've glued together most of the car, but the top can still come on and off, so you can put the people in there. And we've got like a bazillion cats and dogs from all the different little sets. So that's that level. So we've got like a shopping level, hair salon level. And down the bottom here, oh, that goes with the little mobile salon. We've got a random head. Got some random hair and bodies laying around. So I've glued together the torso and the feet, but I haven't, and the head. But I've left the hair that can come off because she likes to change their hair. This is the little doggy daycare. And I haven't glued it to the base plates or anything like that, so she can turn it around and play with that. This is the little pony wash, and it comes with a little a man and a lady, and it's super cute. This was like a $10 set, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so we were losing heads and torsos and everything, so now we're just going to lose their hair. So this cabinet has 2 drawers down the bottom, and my mum's made this little pouch with Ziploc bags, and inside we've put all the instructions. So when everything was broken, I was able to put it back together. So there's all our instructions all nicely in there. So that's some nice little storage. And then in this cupboard we've got the base plates, extra base plates, so we can make our little city. And so I'm just going to tidy this up and I'll show you what it normally looks like. So here we are, everything's tidied up, all the people have their heads back on and their hair. I've decided to put the pony wash up the top because we need to make way for our new set. And the new set is the Pet Adoption Center. So I've just moved a few things around there. Put the people back on, put their heads back on. Just rearrange down here a little bit, put someone behind the mobile hair salon. Put someone here fueling up her car, and some people talking on the street. And I've just cleaned up down here and made place for our new set. So this is the new set, the Pet Adoption Center. It doesn't say it on the front, which is weird though. So you get the building and a couple of little play sets. Super cute. Little place for them to sit out the back. It's almost like a little cafe and stuff inside. Really cute. So here's my super glue, and I've just got it on some plastic so I can protect my surface. And then I'm going to spend about 10 minutes breaking into the box. So now I'm into the box. I'm just going to pull everything out. It's all labeled. This is bag number 2, bag number 3, and really big instruction book, base plate, some stickers, and bag number 1. And then I just like to open it in the order that it goes and follow the instruction book and start building. When I first open the book, I'm having a little bit of a panic here because I'm like, is that just the shop front and not all the little seating and stuff that goes around it? But all the seating that is included, and you do build that first. So what I'm going to do is search through bag 1 and get our first figurine out. And then I'll show you how I glue it together. So I've got her, well, there's other little bags in there that have tiny pieces in them. And sometimes the top is in another spot. But, yep, and her head might be in one of those tiny bags. So it's a new glue, and they do seem to come out really fast at the start when you have a new glue. So you just got to be super, super careful. It's really liquidy. I'm just going to apply it to this part here, and you've got to make sure that it doesn't drip down further than that, because that's where she can bend in half. I have glued one together, and my daughter has not stopped telling me that she cannot sit down. So don't make a mistake, because apparently out of the 20 figurines we have, that exact one was her favorite. So I've just put it upside down, and now the glue has dribbled a little bit under her arm. So I'm just going to keep moving her arm and try and wipe that glue off with this little bit of plastic here. And just keep moving it until it's dried, so we still get articulation in her arm. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble for that too. So it's just when you get the new glue out that it's like that. Once I've used the glue for a little while, it's not dripping everywhere. So the next bit is we're going to glue the head on, because I hate the heads going missing. And that's just a tiny dab of glue on that very top part, and stick the head on. And if you try hard enough, you can get the head back off. The torsos won't come off, but you know, if you're rough enough, it'll come off. And I'm going to pop the hair on, but we don't glue the hair down because my daughter really loves to change the hair out. But it stops all the bodies from getting messed up. So that's that. So that's how I glue the minifigures together. Now I'm going to start building, and I don't glue every single tiny piece down. This little barrel here, it has some studs in the middle, and they've asked you to put on 4 clear 1x1 pieces. I don't bother gluing them down because they're really hard to get off anyway. And of course I wouldn't glue down the little handbag thing as well. So I'm really only gluing down sort of the building. Oh, here's that cute little kitty that we get with it. I love all the animals that they give you, and I think they're very generous with how many animals they give you and how many figures, because I'm pretty sure this is like a $30 set. I think it's really good value. The doggy daycare was the same. It was like a $22 set, and you get so much with it. Lots of dogs, lots of accessories, lots of minifigures. I think they're really well worth it for the price point. So this is where I realized the bag doesn't go in there, but the little studs. And the studs represent water, because you can wash your little kitty cat or puppy dogs in there. So yeah, I'm going to chuck them in, as you can see, and there's just no point gluing that down. And you might want to take those out later anyway. It's really the main building that, you know, you don't want it to smash every time you're playing with the building. Like every time you open the door, you don't want it to break apart. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build this, and then we'll come back and have a look at what it looks like when you've glued it together. So even though this is a flat piece, I ended up gluing it together just because. This ends up being the actual little cart, and all I do is put the tiniest little dabs of glue on top of the dots. I'm going to bring it up closer so you can see. It's just the tiniest little bit, and then I just snap the piece on top. Later on when I was building, I put too much glue on, again because it was a new glue tube, and you can see some of it on the outside of the building. So you just got to get, if you are going to glue it together, you got to get used to not making a giant mess. It took me ages when I glued the first sets together, but I mean, if these are for your children and your children are playing with them, they're not going to care really how it looks. They just want to be able to play. So then for the rest of the build, I just go ahead and I glue together what I think needs to be glued so that it doesn't come apart, and just put tiny little blobs on there. And most of these things, if you did make a mistake, you could get them back off, but those real flat pieces you can't. They're never coming back off. And even the torso really doesn't come off, but that head piece, because it's the tiniest bit of glue and it's not around the stem of the neck, the heads will come back off if you try hard enough. So I'm halfway through the build, and you can see here where the glue has seeped through. It's just I've used too much glue, but the wall is solid. So I did glue on the tap, and I've glued on the leaves, but I reckon you'd be able to pry the leaves off if you wanted to. I did not glue down the donuts because she might like to play with that, and I don't think I glued down the coffee machine or anything like that. I did glue down the window seats. So all the stuff that makes the building I glued down, and anything to play with I did not glue down. Okay, so this goes on the bottom shelf next to the doggy daycare. That's my little doggy that you can hear tapping around. So there we go, and yeah, you get this little setting and cupcake so they can sit outside, because it's an adoption centre and a cafe. Now this little sign only fits on the end of the base plate unless we put a piece underneath, but if you use it as it's given to you in the set, it's got to go on the edge here, and sometimes I use it to join the two. There we go, adopt me. Put the little cart out the front, a little washing station. I think that goes, yes, can you put it on there? Yep, put that down. Little wash basket, stick our little kitty cat in there, so cute. Put our little Scotty dog up, adorable. And that's it, looking nice. So she can, when she wants to play, she just turns these around or puts them on the side so she can go in and out. But at least the whole unit is glued together, so it's not going to come apart. And of course she can open the door and go in there, put the little doggy through the door, do whatever she wants. So that's the two main shops done.